Hello and welcome. You are in the process of applying for a personal loan. I work as a loan officer, and let me tell you that getting approved for a loan is not just about your credit score and your income. There are some things that you should do and some things that you should not do. And even things that we want you to say and not to say in order to get approved for a personal loan. If you do or say things that you shouldn't, sometimes we will have to decline you. So let's take a look at what are the main do's and don'ts for successfully apply and take a personal loan. Let's get started with the do's. First, know your monthly net income. This is your take-home pay. Don't rely on your gross salary or how much you make per year. Please focus on exactly what hits your bank account after taxes and deductions every month. Your loan officer is going to ask you for this. So know the answer cold. How much is your net monthly income? Remember, it depends is not an answer. I need a dollar amount for you to give me. If it depends on the number of hours that you work or whatnot, average your income. But when I ask you, how much is your net monthly income? I need a number. It depends is not an answer. With all due respect. Second, review and list all of your monthly expenses. Be prepared with a list of all of your fixed and variable expenses. Rent, utilities, groceries, subscriptions. Know how much you're paying on all the debt that you have. Now, that pumpkin spice frappuccino that is setting you back $7.45 every morning is none of my business. But seriously, $7.45? That is more like $200 a month. Okay, I digress. That's none of my business. But I need you to have your main expenses down. Third, create a budget. Yeah, you already have your income and you already have your expenses. This helps you determine how much realistically you can afford to borrow and repay every month. May I say that in order to qualify for a loan, your income has to be higher than your expenses? You will be surprised. Not everybody knows this. 4. Be honest about your financial situation. Why would you not be honest about your income and expenses? All the amounts that we discussed during our conversations and whatever you put in your application has to be reflected in all the documents that you have. If your income is $3,700 net per month, why would you say $5,300? That makes no sense, right? Please be honest about everything that you write and everything that you tell me. We are going to have to verify every single thing. 5. Make sure all documents match your identity. Question. Are you still using the last name from 3 divorces ago? Please ensure that your first name and last name are consistent across your driver's license, bank statement, paychecks, and your loan application, social security, all of that. Make sure that everything, makes sense. Sixth, make sure that all documents are ready and up to date. The documents at the end of the day make or break a loan application. Have a valid photo ID, proof of income, either a pay stub or a tax return, a proof of your address, and sometimes you will need to provide your social security card. Remember, an expired driver's license is not a valid document. 7. Make sure that your credit report is accessible and accurate. If your credit is either frozen or blocked, which a lot of people do, please Leave that block so that we can access it. Check for any errors or outdated information that may delay the approval. Any errors or any disputes in your credit report have to be clear before you apply for a loan. My apologies for what I'm going to say, but in this case, your word is not enough. Documents speak louder than any story that you want to recount. 8. Be available and be proactive. Your loan officer, me, we manage dozens of applications every day. Please reply promptly, answer the phone, upload clear and up-to-date documents, and stay engaged. Or let me be honest with you, risk that we're going to put your file aside and more often than not just decline it. Now, things not to do. No, don't do the following. First, do not alter or Photoshop any documents. Come on, guys. You may think that changing a number here or a date there may seem small, but banks use AI and there are entire fraud teams to detect tampering with documents. When caught, and you will, your loan will be classified as attempted fraud and denied permanently by that specific bank. I've seen this more often than you will think. So please, don't alter, don't Photoshop any of the documents. Second, don't use an expired driver's license. Listen, man, once you work as a loan officer, you realize how many people go about their daily lives with expired documents. It's a common mistake that will derail your loan application. An expired driver's license is not a valid document. 3. Did you move last week and started a new job yesterday? This is not a good time to apply for a new loan because you will be required to submit proof of income, identity, and address. If you're still waiting for your first paycheck to arrive, or if you cannot provide 1 or 2 paychecks or an utility bill under your name, guys, most likely you're going to be declined. You are self-employed or 1099 and you don't have a tax return, banks are increasingly asking for full tax returns from contractors and 1099s to verify your income instead of just bank statements as it used to be. Let me suggest you, please take the time, complete your taxes before you apply. Or better yet, call the bank and ask them if they will take the bank statements instead of your tax return for someone who is an independent contractor or a 1099 before you apply and get a hard pull on your credit. 5. Don't delay submitting the correct documents. Usually I have like from 2 to 3 weeks to finalize the loan and give you the money. Usually I do it the same day, next day, or 3 days tops. Longer than that, the more we keep dragging this, it's like you snooze, you lose. The longer I have to wait for everything, you will end up being declined. If you apply, it's because you need the money immediately. Otherwise, with all due respect, you're wasting my time. 6th, don't assume this is a done deal. As the saying goes, nothing is done until it's done. Just because we talked on the phone, I gave you an approval based on our conversation, know that we have to do a verification. And once we do it, you may not qualify at the end of the day. Don't count the money before you get it. 7. Don't expect your loan officer to be on top of things. I am a loan officer and I tell you this from the bottom of my heart. Every day I have a dozen loans on my desk. I prioritize those who move fast and have all the right documents. And I also take days off. So please be proactive and be on top of things. Finally, this is super important. Don't be rude. Banks protect their employees from abusive customers. That is the reality. I have the ability to decline a loan based on abusive behavior. A customer that starts cursing me, I can decline your application. Let's keep it professional or you will hit the road, Jack. There you go. Now you know more than most people who apply for personal loans on what to do and what not to do. Now you may be asking, okay, well, I know, but what are the exact documents that I need? I got you. This video right here is going to give you the breakdown of exactly down to the penny. Well, not down to the penny, but I give you exactly what documents you need. Please take a look at this video. I'm begging you, and make notes of everything that you need. All right, until next time, I see you guys.